Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone is doing good. So welcome to another video of plant water relation. In the previous video, we were talking about the properties of water, and then we went on discussing the structure, or sorry, the organ which is responsible for water absorption, that is the root. We discussed the different regions of the root. Okay, that is maturation, region of maturation, region of elongation, and the region of cell division, that is which is having the meristematic tissues over there. Now in this video we will be talking about the detailed structure of root hair. Okay, because out of the regions we saw that the region of maturation, okay, wherein the root hairs are there, that's the area from where the water will be absorbed from the ground surface. So that structure we will be studying in detail, and what are the different types of water that is present in the ground, and which water is taken up by the roots for absorption. So let's begin directly. So as you can see over here, the structure of the root hair. Okay, yes. So this is, you can see all the labelings like outer membrane, inner membrane, and you can see the vacuole, you can see the cytoplasm. Yeah, this is the cytoplasm. Then you can see the root hairs beginning to grow. So they are like coming out like a bud. Okay, like an outgrowth, or like an elongation. They are coming out, and then finally they look like this. This is how a fully grown root hair looks like. Then you see the cell wall of the root hair. Yeah, this is the outermost membrane is the cell wall. Then you have the plasma membrane, the inner layer, which is the cell membrane. Then you have the cytoplasm. Then you have the vacuoles. All of you are familiar with these terms. This black thing stands for the nucleus. Okay, so we are all familiar what is the function of the nucleus, what is the function of the vacuole. Yeah, it has, nucleus has the genetic material, vacuole is there for gaseous exchange, nutrient exchange, cytoplasm serves the aqueous medium, or environment for different metabolic activities to be carried out. This is the inner protection membrane, that's the cell plasma membrane. And then you have the cell wall. Plant cell will always have a cell wall. Then you have something known as epidermal cells. Okay, you have epidermal cells over here. They are quite delicate. Okay, and these are nothing but from where the protrusion will take place of the hair. Okay, we will see this in a short while. So basically, root hair, what is a root hair? It's nothing but an extension, or prolongation or protrusion. So cytoplasmic extension, as you can see, along with the cytoplasm, this whole thing is coming out. So it's just an extension, cytoplasmic extension of the epiblemma cells. Okay, epiblemma cells. Epiblemma cells are nothing but this epidermal cells. Okay, so from these cells, the root hairs will come out. Okay, then this root hair is having no color. This root hair, we are talking specifically only of the root hair. It is colorless, it is unbranched. As you can see, only one root hair comes out of the one cell. They are very short-lived and they are very delicate. Short-lived means what? Ephemeral. Okay, they are short-lived. That is, for a certain period of time, they will perform the function of water absorption. Once they wear and tear, new root hair will come out. Okay, and they are very, very, very delicate. As you can see, you can take any fruit, any vegetable, and if you will see the tip of that, or just take out a small sapling, and if you see the roots, they will have very fine structures around them. That those are very those fine thread-like structures are the root hairs. Okay, then the vacuole is present in the root hair, also surrounded by the thin film of cytoplasm. Then you have the plasma membrane and a thin cell wall, which is two layered. Okay, yes, this is the structure, that is a cell wall, which is two layered, which is made up of pectin and cellulose. So this cell wall will be having two layers to it basically. So outer layer is made up of pectin, which is again a complex polysaccharide, and the inner layer is made up of cellulose. Again, this is a complex polysaccharide. Okay, pectin and cellulose. In plants, you will see most of the structures which will be made of pectin and cellulose. Okay. Then cell wall is freely permeable, but plasma membrane is selectively permeable. So with regards to the function of the cell wall and the plasma membrane, what is it saying? Cell wall is giving permission for any type of molecule to come inside and go outside. So that is what we mean by free permeability. Okay, permeable means what? The allowance of molecules to move in and out, so freely. So any material can go in and out with respect to cell wall, but plasma membrane is selectively permeable. So this plasma membrane, basically the cell membrane, okay, is will select certain molecules to come in, or certain molecules to go outside the cell or to come inside the cell, basically the root hair. Okay, so this point you need to know. Then the cell membrane or the cell wall is made up of outer pectin and inner cellulose. Okay, so these are the parts of the root hair. Fine. So this is how the root hair, when you take just a section of it, until how it penetrates, and this you can just see it in a big detail. Okay, so if I take this section, so this is how it looks like. Okay. The different layers of the cells in the system of the root. Here is the root hair, you can see this region. This is the epidermis or the epiblema cells, and from these cells you see the protrusions. You see the protrusions coming out, these are the root hairs. Okay, inner to epidermis is the cortex, inner to cortex is the endodermis. Like you have outer layer, inner layer. So epidermis, endodermis, outer layer, inner layer, then the cortex. Okay, this is, we are moving deep inside the root. This is just the hair. So when you move deep inside, so let's say this section over here, then you have another layer of cells in the plant, which is known as pericycle, and then you have the conducting tissue. Basically, these are the vascular tissue. Xylem carries water to different parts of the plant. Okay, whereas epidermis, pericycle, endodermis, cortex, they all form the ground tissue. Basically, they provide structure and they support to the whole root system. Okay, yes, so they form the basic thickness, the epidermis, endodermis, cortex, pericycle, ground tissue. Then you have the, on the outer side you have the root hairs, and in the inner side, innermost side, you have the vascular tissue, xylem, phloem, which will conduct food and water to the growing parts of the plant. So when you do a cross section like this, when you cut it uh, you know, like diameter in that form. So when you see it inside, it will look like. So let's say this is your root hair, and if you cut it like this, so this is, so when you cut it, so this section how it looks like. So it looks like this. So this is your cortex, your pericycle, your endodermis, and the epidermis together forming your ground tissue. And then innermost cells are your water carrying cells, tissues, that is xylem. Food carrying is phloem. These are the root hairs which will bring in water. Okay, which will bring in water for the plants. Okay. Now we move to the next part of the topic, that is what are the different waters which are there in the ground. Okay. Now, as we know that plant absorb water from the rhizosphere, right? What is rhizosphere? Rhizosphere is nothing but the environment surrounding the root, the micro environment which is there around the root. Okay, so water present in the soil can be in the form of hygroscopic water, capillary water, or gravitational water, or combined water. Okay, one more type is also there, combined water. Fine. So in the micro environment of the root, of the root system or the root hair system, different types of water is there. Now, uh, if we begin with, let's say, gravitational water, this is easier to understand at first. Gravitational water, we all know, okay, they go deep down. Okay, they are not superficially available at the very surface of the ground. Okay, they collect deep down due to gravity in the soil, and hence they are known as gravitational water. So they will not be present on the upper layers of the soil. They will percolate down, they will go down and collect deep down. This is because of the gravitational force acting on it. Okay, so this is not available for the plants to be taken up by the root hairs. So the root hairs, the root cannot take gravitational water for absorption because it is very, very deep. It is very, very deep. Take now hygroscopic water. Okay. Now hygroscopic water is basically when fine soil particles are having water adsorb onto its surface. Adsorb, okay? Adheres or adsorb. I'm not talking about absorb. There's a difference. Just clear this. A, D, and absorb. There's a difference. Okay, and one word is absorb. ABSORB. So let's say if you take a sponge, and you dip it in water, what will happen? The sponge will take the water complete inside. I mean, all the water will go deep inside the sponge. But when you take a let's say wood, okay, and you dip it in water for some period of time, uh, yes, so only the surface of the wood gets wet with water. The water does not penetrate to the innermost layer of the wood. Okay, when you keep it for a specific period of time, fine. So that is what we mean by adsorb, just present on the surface. As you can see in the picture, the water is not going inside. It is not absorbed. It is just adsorbed, sticks onto the surface of the soil particles. Okay, so water is adhering to the soil particle. This is known as hygroscopic water. This is G. Okay, spelling mistake, hygroscopic water. This also is not available for the plants to take up. This also is not available for the plants to take up. Fine. Then one more thing that I mentioned over here is combined water. Okay, I will come to the capillary water last. One more is combined water. So water is also present in forms of hydrates like silicon, hydrated oxides of silicon, aluminium, etc., etc. They are known as combined water. That is, they are combined with some element and then they are present in their oxide form. So this also is not available for the plants for absorption. Okay, only some of the water now which is held in the pores over here. Can you see? In between the soil particles. In between the soil particles. Okay, you have the soil particles onto which the water is adhered. That is not available. But water which is present in between the soil particles. So these small spaces are called what? These small places in between the soil particle is pores. So this water is known as capillary water, and this is the water which can be taken up by the plant. So you have hygroscopic water, then you have gravitational water. What the plant cannot utilize this water, the plant cannot utilize this water, the plant can only utilize the water which is available in between these neighboring soil particles, that is which is held in between the pores for its absorption. Okay, so combined water not available. So that's all for this video. We have discussed the structure of the root hair. Yes, and we have discussed the different types of water and which water is available for roots for absorption. In the next video, we will be covering absorption of water by roots from soil. Okay, what are the different methods like through imbibition, through diffusion, through osmosis, and what are the different types of osmosis? So different methods or mechanism which is used by the root system, okay, to absorb water from the soil. So this we'll be doing in the next video. Till then, keep revising, take care, see you in the next video. Bye bye.